When I woke up this morning, I feel like my day was really thrown off because I didn't have any tea. That's because when I went to go make some tea, I realized I didn't have enough honey. And I know that may not seem like a big deal to some of you, but when you don't have a lot to look forward to throughout the day, it doesn't take anything big to bring you joy, right? So I was upset. I settled for some water. Then it was time for me to wash my clothes, and that's when I realized I don't have that many clothes, and how it would be nice if I just had some graphic tees or a handful of shirts to choose from that were different than what I already had. And I went about my day, wore whatever I could find, right? But I also decided I wasn't going to microbiome today. I had two tests. Two. I didn't really study for neither one of them. I wasn't prepared. I felt defeated. I was already tired and anxious. And I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna just drop the course right now. Semester is almost over with, and I'll just accept whatever I got. But I ended up talking to one of my friends, and she was like, you know, you really need to just keep trying. You need to focus on keeping your GPA good. And her words of wisdom just really registered. Like, God was definitely using her, because when I got off the phone, I was already in the car trying to rush to class. And I made it in time for the second test. And it wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it was. And after I tried, it's like the second half of my day turned around. So by the time I went to grab my kids, I had to take them to a community hub. Well, I didn't have to. That's just somewhere we choose to go. And it just so happened today was a day where they were giving out free produce, like boxes of free produce. So, of course, I'm not going to turn that down. But something interesting happened. I discovered something interesting. And never has this ever happened before. Inside that box of produce was a jar of honey. And not just any regular honey. It was organic honey, like the good kind. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, God, you showing out right now. You are so funny. Like, I was just really overwhelmed. Like, you noticed. Wow. But it doesn't end there. Because when we left the hub, I had to take the kids somewhere else, to a children's center. And after we did our regular therapy and stuff, it was time to leave. And the social worker told me, you know, we have a bunch of free t-shirts here. And the manager in that facility was just asking us to just take as much as we could. And these weren't used clothes. These were brand new with the tags on it. Some of them were still in the plastic. Graphic tees, t-shirts from schools, colleges, universities, stores. Brand new. Not just for me, but sizes that fit both of my kids. Like, I can't make this up. So we went home with a box of shirts. Like, sometimes, you know, I think, man, I wish I would have came across some money. You know, maybe $100 bill or something. But sometimes it's about just having faith. And today I feel like it was a small test. And I'm glad to know that I passed, because I didn't give up. I don't know what the outcome is going to be, or I didn't know what the outcome was going to be when I went to school, when I went to the community hub, when I went to the children's center. I had no idea. But I knew that it was beneficial for me and my family. So I'm going to try my best and do my part. And God showed up and did his. So I just